What does data analytics means to you in the context of wealth creation?
Gary Thompson, the sales communication professional, best-selling author and private equity investor, says, master the client conversion ladder and optimize your business success. He continues, many rising stars in business try to get from A to Z in a split second in the client conversion journey. That approach will set you up for frustration, time, money, and effort being wasted. The alphabet has 26 letters. Each letter has great significance in words formation and in human expression. The client conversion process has many steps, and when these steps are overlooked, it negatively influences your ability to attract and communicate with the ideal client. You must invest in breaking through the know, like, and trust barriers that allow you to win in business. He went on to say, the first step in your client conversion journey begins with relationships. 1. Fill the relationship gaps. 2. Leverage relationships to overcome client rejection. 3. And position your brand to stand out in the market. Gary wants you to be successful and invites you to call us today to help you master the client conversion ladder, optimize your brand recognition, and increase the cash flow of your business.
In the last broadcast, you learned that wealthy people, they have a rich state of mind. Rich people, they have a healthy state of mind. But what exactly represents a wealthy state of mind? In the last broadcast, we looked at 4 important concepts that represents that wealthy state of mind. First, we look at the fact that a wealthy state of mind, they understand the importance of collecting important information. Second, we look at the importance of analyzing that data. Third, we looked at the importance of applying yourself with this information to position yourself to build wealth. And fourth, we looked at the concept of data mitigation. Data change, market reality changes, and you have to change with those changing dynamics. Today, I want us to go a little deeper, not into data collection, but into data analytics in the context of wealth creation. And there are 3 important concepts that I want you to take away under today's heading of data analytics in the context of wealth creation. Now, any attempt to build wealth, once you collect that information, you want to analyze that information. And one of the reasons you want to analyze the information is to achieve 3 important things. One is called income potential. You want to know that you're extracting information that is helping you to understand the potential of the income producing asset to generate money. And that's why you're doing the analysis. Second, you want to be able to do the risk assessment, because the ability to generate income from an income producing asset does not mean that that income producing asset is not exposed to risk. So very often when you focus only on the income but not the risk associated with the portfolio, when wrong things happen, when unexpected situation presents themselves, you cry wolf, because you're not doing what a wealthy state of mind is trained to do in the context of wealth creation. The third concept that you want to learn, apply, and master when you're positioning yourself to build wealth, when you're training yourself to analyze data the way data ought to be analyzed, is what we call risk mitigation. You want to be able to mitigate risk. Risk is not something that you necessarily run away from. Risk is something that you need to learn how to mitigate it, because there will be risks in many investment portfolio. Things can go wrong. You invest in real estate, it is giving you positive cash flow, but guess what? A hurricane comes and disrupt that entire process. Unexpected, natural and man-made disaster can present itself. Do you have a risk mitigation strategy in place? So all of these things are important concepts. And what I'm saying to you is that a wealthy state of mind understand all of this. And you owe it to yourself to do this too. I want us to go deeper into an example. So now let us take, for example, that you are investing in real estate and you have a 10-unit apartment that is generating 5,000 USD per unit. Immediately, we can say that that monthly income earning from that unit rentals is going to generate for you 50,000 USD per month. But this is not net income, it's gross income. You would have to minus the PITI, principal and interest, tax and insurance, and other costs to maintain the estate. So now let us suppose that after you remove all expenses, your monthly ROI is 25%, which means that you're looking to earn approximately $12,500 in ROI. Is that a safe investment portfolio? One might want to say yes, but if you're not assessing the risk in this process, you can be exposed. Because, for example, if you have 3 tenants who vacate, or you have 4 tenants who vacate, or you have 5 tenants who vacate, it means that you have a 50% occupancy. And 50% occupancy means that 50% of the gross income to that operation will be affected. And these are things that you really need to pause a bit and analyze it. This is what we call data analytics. Many persons get into investment portfolios and you make an emotional decision. You speculate about this. And one of the things that we keep emphasizing when you are attempting to start and scale a 6, 7, or 9-figure brand or position yourself to build wealth, you need to get speculation out of the door. Speculation is the godfather of debt, and hence the need for data analytics. All right, data analytics helps you to get the right information. As you do this analysis, you know that this is a risk, but how do you mitigate risks? In your risk assessment, you assess everything that can go wrong, and in your risk mitigation, you identify how you're going to reverse that process. Now, before I get into the risk mitigation, because I'm going to give you a list of things that you need to understand when you are really positioning yourself to apply data analytics in the context of wealth creation, I will give you a list of things that you really need to pause a bit and ensure that you understand this. Risk mitigation is very, very important. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go immediately into things that you need to consider when you are doing that risk assessment and you're doing that risk mitigation. You see, one of the reasons that most people are not able to mitigate risk is because they don't have the right information. So one of the things that we advertise and one of the things that we teach a lot is that when you want to mitigate risk, particularly in the context of wealth creation, particularly in the context of starting that 6, 7, and 9-figure brand, you need to have information. So data analytics will help you to understand exactly who is your ideal client based on their demographic biodata markers. Now, if you don't know this, it means that you are not making a highly informed and highly educated business decision or a decision that's going to position you to build wealth. You're speculating. The data analytics allows you to understand who you're targeting. What are their demographic classification? And why is this so important? Because the more you understand about the demographic classification, who you're targeting, you understand their pain points, you understand their needs and their wants and their expectations, you understand their expectations. These are things that the data analytics should be showing you. And all of this is allowing you to make an informed and highly educated investment decision. You want to know that you're building the real estate, but you want to know that you're building it in the strategic location where your ideal client have access to you, where the ideal clients are excited to occupy. Do you have this data? Is your data analytics allowing you to get this type of information? You want to know that you're building out your unit in such a way that is appealing to the interest and the urgency of the ideal client. Do you have this data to help you to make an informed and highly educated investment decision? You're building it out based on the fact that you know that the ideal client has the ability to pay. Are you collecting this type of data? Are you analyzing this data that's helping you to make highly informed and educated decision as you implement your steps to position yourself to build wealth? Data analytics in the context of wealth creation. Now, as you analyze data, it's not enough to analyze it from the perspective only to know that the ideal client has the ability to pay. You want to know that the ideal client also has the willingness to. Data analytics in the context of wealth creation. So when you have that 10-unit apartment and you have occupancy, you know exactly how to access the ideal client, the right demographics. You know exactly their ability to pay. You know their willingness to pay. You know their psychographics, and you're able to leverage this body of knowledge to achieve predictable outcomes. Data analytics enable you to achieve all of the above: high reward, measurable results, predictable outcome with the highest degree of accuracy. Data. All right. So wealthy people, they have a rich state of mind. mind. Rich people, they have a wealthy state of mind. And a wealthy state of mind, the number one thing that you need to know to position yourself to build wealth is the wealthy state of mind. And a wealthy state of mind stands on four pillars: data collection, data analytics, data application, and data mitigation. Over the last two broadcasts, we looked at data collection and data analytics. In my next broadcast, we'll be looking at data application. A couple of things that I want to say in closing. I want to give you a bonus here. All right. I want to give you the bonus. As you do the data analytics in the context of wealth creation, particularly when it comes to real estate investment, there's three important concepts that should stand out to you. Now, real estate, when you understand what you're doing, it is an income producing asset. But more than it being an income producing asset, it is an asset that appreciates. An asset that appreciates gives you equity leverage. So all of these things are things that can be factored into your data analytics and your risk mitigation. Because while you may lose income from occupancy, depending on if you're buying to hold or buying to flip, you may be appreciating. And appreciation gives you equity, and equity gives you equity leverage. And that's a whole nother positive snowball of great things that can happen in your wealth building journey. Be blessed and see you in the next broadcast.
When you become an influencer, it gives you the edge that separates you from the competition. The GIP Initiative, the Global Influencers Partners Program, is designed to expose you to over 5 billion potential consumers across the world. When you are a rising star in business and you need visibility, reach, impact, client conversion, and cash flow optimization, positioning yourself to become a global influencer may be the ideal tool that you need in your arsenal to win in business. I encourage you to join the GIP Initiative and position your business to build confidence, trust, and credibility and cash flow optimize the fastest.